easy steps to sketch cosine function. Probably you'll really like it. Probably these are the easiest steps which you would have ever seen to sketch sinusoidal or cosine functions, right? Now, given a function, first thing we should figure out what is known to us, right? So we know axis of symmetry is 5, right? That is the C value, or axis, let me write axis, is equals to 5. Maximum value is how much? Maximum will be amplitude plus 5. That means 5 plus half, which is 5 plus half. Let me write this as 5.5. What is the minimum value? Minimum value will be 5 minus half, right? So 5 minus half, or 4.5. Now what is the time period? Time period is given here. 360 divided by that number, 120, right? So it is 360 divided by 120 in degrees, and that gives us, it is 3 times, so it is 3. So that is the time period for us. Now these values, and there's a phase shift of 0, right? So there's no phase shift. That is how it is. Now, given these values, what we can do is, we can make now our axis. Let's now sketch it. Remember, there's 1 minus here also. That means we can also write down what is the initial point and what is the final point. That means what is the value of function when x is equal to 0. Okay, so let me write f of 0, right, or y of 0. So if I have 0 here, so cos of 0, is 1. So we'll get 1 here. That means divided by minus, multiplied by minus half will be minus half. And therefore at 0, you have a minimum point, which is 4.5. Correct? Now, so that is the starting point for us. So basically, it's a cosine function which starts right from the bottom and goes like this. That is how it is. Now, let's look into the numbers. Axis is at 5 and the amplitude is just half. So it's a good idea to break your scale, right? So let me break the scale, because otherwise I will run out of space, right? And then I'm breaking my scale. Let's say I'm starting at 4 here, right? So this is my 4, right? And since amplitude is just 5, just half, I'm going to take a big scale step. So let this be 1 for me, 1 unit, just to show you things more clearly. And that is the whole idea why I kind of broke my scale here, right? Now, axisymmetry is at 5, right? So I need to go up. Okay. So axis is at 5. So I'll draw a dotted line here. This is my axis of symmetry. Maximum is 5.5. So this is half and half, right? So maximum will be 5.5. That is my maximum. Minimum will be 4.5. That is my minimum, right? So I have a sine function starting with minimum here. So what I will do is I'll just sketch my sine, rather the cosine function. That's what it is, right? So once you sketch your function, then you can write down the time period. So let's just sketch it like this now. Now we'll fill in the rest of the things. That is, this is 0 along the x-axis, right? And since we know the time period is 3 for us, right? So this is 3 for us, the time where one cycle is completed. So that is 3. So in between we have 1.5, correct? So that is how we can sketch our function, and of course you can find the midpoints and write down these values. But the idea is that if you are given a function which is like maybe cosine, where the scales are not kind of matching up, it's a good idea to break your scale, right? And then fill in the value. So what we have here is 4.5 the minimum value, 5.5 the maximum value, x is at 5, correct? Minus means cost starts with a minimum. 120 means time period of 3. So there you are, time period of 3 degrees. So these units are in degrees. So that is how you can sketch your function very easily and very accurately. I hope you understand and appreciate the steps. Thank you and all the best.